It's Tuesday night, the 14th of April, and day 105 of pursuing my journey to alignment and living the dream. Here's today's power statement I wrote last night. I will finish recording lesson 9, financing your business. So take a look at this. I don't think I'm going to play the whole thing, but I want to get it started to show you.
As a beginner entrepreneur, you will face many challenges, but none of them are as big as trying to find money to start your new business. From renting office space or a production facility or buying goods and hiring staff, everything you need to do to turn your idea into a viable business enterprise requires money. Unless you're independently wealthy or were left a nest egg from a distant relative who passed away, you're probably going to have to work and be creative in how you get your funding.
Okay, so there you go. I just think that's great. That's the slide 7. I finally finished recording all of the segments, and so I'm ready to start building them out starting tomorrow. So here's my to-do list right here for Tuesday. It says finish recording lesson 9. Bam! Done! Okay. As you can see, I got the highlighted task done, which was that finishing the recordings, and just a couple other tasks were on there, and I got those done today as well. Today was pretty much a mirror of yesterday, except I finished the goal, whereas yesterday I started the task and only got through about 50% of them. So, answer Corey's next question. Get honest with yourself questions. What didn't go well today, Marty? Or what could you have done better today? Did you wake up early and start strong? Did. Did you start your morning with power? Did. Were you productive throughout your day? Finished all the rest of those recordings? Did you get the most important things done? Done. Did you move toward and forward on your goals? Yes, I did. Did you show up as the person you wanted to be and you were meant to be? Yes, I did. What about your personal time with Kathleen? Were you present? I'll talk about that a little bit later. Yes, I was. Now combine all these questions together and ask yourself this question. Were you honest with yourself about today's task, Marty? In other words, did you keep your commitments that you made to yourself today? Well, yes, I kept my commitments that I made this morning. They included spending some time with Kathleen when we both got off work and we ate dinner together. We also watched a fun movie tonight together as we relaxed and talked about our children and just enjoyed the time we had. We had a wonderful time raising our children. I can't believe it. It almost seemed like a whole nother lifetime ago, but it made us think of that, and we had a great time. The next question that Corey asked is, what was the one thing out of all the things you did today, Marty, that you know you could improve on going forward? In other words, did you have or did you experience any failure today? And if so, is it something you can turn into a tool of success going forward? Well, after finishing my win the morning, win the day routine and having breakfast with Kathleen, I went upstairs right here and pretty much focused on recording the remaining segments of lesson 9, at least until I finished the last one before coming down for the evening. I then spent the rest of the evening with Kathleen, like I said earlier, and so I don't remember any failure or struggle I might have had, other than, like yesterday, I had some word twisters that I spent a little more time trying to type and get it ready and re-recording. But that's just part of the recording process. I will say this, I had a little time left over just before coming down to see Kathleen, and I went and took a real trip with my brother because he needed some help on an errand to take him and come back, and so I did. I could have prepared for tomorrow's build out a little bit better, but that's okay. I helped my brother, and I think that's great. The next question is, what was the one biggest success you had today? Well, my biggest success was getting the rest of Lesson 9's recordings done, of course. I know this is starting to sound repetitive, but this lesson is another huge piece of my coaching package, getting through the portal of my mind into the world of the physical. It's really important that I get these done. I can start coaching as soon as possible. So it is a big deal to get another one done the next day and another one done the next day. In fact, I took some time today to listen to those segments, one after the other, as I've said, and I think they're even getting better and better. This is my best one so far. And it just goes to show you that we get better and better in our abilities, such as my recording these videos or my podcast, and especially the last 3 remaining lessons I've got to do. I'm going to be better and better because I've pressed forward, went through the challenges, made mistakes, improved upon them. And that's how your life's going to do as well. When you face challenges and you have to repetitively do some things over and over, you're going to get better. And so, yes, my biggest success today, like I said, was focusing on and pressing forward and hard on getting these recordings done so I can be ready to build them out tomorrow. Corey then says, what's the one thing you did that made you feel successful today, Marty? Well, like I said last night, feeling successful about your day and enjoying the sense of real accomplishment is so motivating to me. And that's because it provides the fuel to your capacity to move your goals forward day after day after day. It's fuel. So those feelings and sense of accomplishment is what re-energizes the next day and the next day and the next day. I know that there's going to be a day here and there where I don't feel that sense of accomplishment and that feeling of success, but we own our thoughts. I choose to think the thoughts that I think that serve me and not think those thoughts that discourage me or that don't serve me well or affirm who I am. So yes, I felt successful today, especially since I finished another day of living the dream. I chose to feel happy. It's fantastic. The next question is, what movies did you watch in your mind today, Marty? Did you make time for them? It's interesting to me that the experiences I'm having of late, as I go to bed at night and I start my mornings and I do my movie, I go to the movies watching. And going to movies of late, I've started to do some interesting things. I lay my head to go to bed at night. I always relax and close my eyes, and then all of a sudden I begin to see these movie reels open up on my brain and my mind, such as the Fab Five movies during my mindfulness time. But lately at night, it's a movie that's really kind of fun. Last night, for example, I'm pretty much sure that it's going to happen again tomorrow night as well. As I was falling to sleep last night, and still by the time I started to wake up in the morning, I'm finding myself watching and pre-playing vivid movies of me coaching people, answering their questions from my Q&A pages, and seeing me go into the Facebook Messenger Living the Dream Mastermind group Q&A forum, where I'm reading all the message and even answering some of the questions, and I'm seeing myself having these back and forth conversations with people in my videos. It's really, really something else. Anyhow, I love it. Next, Troy asks you to rate your day. Well, I gave today a 7. I say 7 because, again, today I worked at the speed of 7. And because I wasn't able to get started with building out my recording of Lesson 9, I think that I had the ability to do that, just at least get prepared on, but I helped Don, like I said. So that's okay. I could have done that and would have put it from a 7 to an 8 or 9, but that's okay. I felt I was doing some important things and pouring into my brother and helping him get what he needed to get done. So that's a check for good. And the next question is, if this was the only thing you get done tomorrow, but you'd still feel like a success, what would that one thing be? And I'll put it into a power statement. Well, my power statement says this: I'm going to build out Lesson 9, Financing Your Business. Build out Lesson 9, Financing Your Business. I felt that since there are only 7 segments this time around, I'm hoping I can build out all 7 segments of the lesson in one day. If not, that's okay. And then get going on doing Lesson 10, Lesson 12, 11, Lesson 12. But I hope to see that I can get them built out tomorrow. We'll see. Okay, the last thing is let's end our day strong. Here's what I'm grateful for today. First of all, I'm grateful for cell phone cameras. I got to show you something here on my camera. Actually, on my cell phone. There we go. Let's just show you something here. Look at that. I got video of this little guy. That's Huxley. That's my youngest grandchild. It's just wonderful. With this COVID-19 pandemic cramping our style, it's been terrific to get pictures like this on my messenger. Boop, texts that are coming, they're coming. We can back and forth. We can do Marco Polos. They even do short little video clips of my grandchildren experiencing their Easter, running and finding eggs here up on the tree and the fence and the grass. It was great. I couldn't be there, but I was there through that. So way to go, Apple. I appreciate the cameras. Next, I'm grateful for the law of idleness. It's a natural law that out of idleness comes weakness. Nature hates idleness in all of its forms. She gives continuous life only to those elements which are in use and are active. Tie up an arm and any other part of the body, for that matter, into uselessness, and the idle part will soon become lifeless. Reverse the order and give an arm more than normal use, such as an activity engaged in by a blacksmith who wields a big heavy hammer all day long, pounding away, pounding away. Those arms, or that arm, grows strong. This law governs physical, mental, spiritual, social, and personality development. It says that the way to growth is activity, whereas the way to death is idleness. Running water purifies itself, but the stagnant water of an inactive or idle pond becomes impure and unhealthy. And so do the cells of a sluggish body or an inactive brain. Laziness and the influence of an inactive mind upon the cells of the body is the influence of an inactive mind. Laziness is the influence of inactive mind upon the cells of the body. There's so much I could say about the law of idleness, but I'm going to stop here because I think I'm going to go ahead and do a podcast on the law of idleness. We'll see. Lastly, I'm grateful for 6 principles of success. Recently, I came across an article titled 6 Principles of Success. So I'm going to share a little bit of that. I say I'm grateful for it because it was so affirming of what I believe and will be teaching to my beginner entrepreneurs. So listen up. Number 1, keep your word to yourself. Sound familiar? I ask this question every single night during my video journal. I just did it again here. When you do what you say you're going to do, you build self-respect and a positive identity. Successful people understand that every time you break the promises you make to yourself, you feed your identity as an imposter. Listen to that. And weaken your self-confidence as a person of action. For example, if you commit to exercising 30 minutes each day, then do it regardless of the outcome. Your character is being positively molded. That neural pathway is over and over again. And that will generate momentum along your journey. Number 2, use envy to your advantage. Wanting something you don't currently have is a behavior rooted in our DNA as human beings. But just because it's a normal feeling to have doesn't mean you can't control it or leverage it to your benefit. Successful people understand that beneath the layers of envy lies a core need, a core desire that they long for. Ask yourself why you feel envy. Is it money, for example? What would that money represent for you, though? Most often it's time and freedom. And so it's not a love for money or of money, it's a love for that which it can provide you. Once you know the root cause of your desires, you can address ways to gain the things you want and desire, like time and freedom, right now as you build your dream. Number 3, have no self-pity. One of the big differentiators between those who stay the course along the journey of personal growth compared to those who get off track lies within the ability to rebound quickly from setbacks. Successful people understand that life isn't fair, and that, I used to always say, life's a pain and then you die. That's not true, really. There's so many wonderful things. And that they're not entitled to anything. They also understand that wallowing and making excuses for themselves only zaps their personal power. Isn't that word, personal power? Right thinking on this empowers you, and wrong thinking diminishes your power to achieve. When you blame external circumstances, thoughts, feelings, actions, results. See, I said that, see TFAR, that model. When you blame external circumstances, you're effectively giving your personal power away, such as to your spouse or your boss or even your children, if you think that by trying to change them, you'll get what you want. The key in life is not what happens to you, but how you react to what happens to you. You are 100% in control, whether you choose negativity or you choose positivity. It's your choice. I choose to be happy. Number 4, understand that failure is feedback. This is going to sound familiar. Failure is about perspective. There's no such thing unless you deem it that. There's no such thing as failure unless you deem it that. Successful people, it says, understand that failure is an illusion created inside their minds. And so they perform mental alchemy, it says, to construct an empowering reality instead. It's like my turning failure into tools of success mentality. I've done it night after night after night. When successful people chase after a goal, 2 things can happen. They achieve their desired result, or they get feedback. Falling short of your goal isn't failure. It's a lesson or a tool of success, like I say, that you can choose to use for the next time something like it happens. Number 5, operate with an investor's mentality. An investor's mentality. Listen to this. Just as the stock market will experience fluctuations, your personal journey of alignment will experience its peaks and valleys too. Investors who stay long-term with their investments, go the long term, despite the valleys, are often rewarded for their patience. This same logic applies to your personal development. Successful people understand that emotions and outcomes rise and fall along the way. The key here is to stay the course and view the journey as a marathon, not a sprint. In other words, operate within an investor's mentality and delay gratification today so you can enjoy something even greater tomorrow. Number 6, fixate on the vision. but be flexible on the details. Listen to that. Think of your goals as part of your vision. I always said goals make up this vision in real life play on your mind. Goals are this little bit, and then you put them all together. So it says, think of your goals as part of your vision, your destination, and the various actions, habits, and strategies as your vehicles for getting there. Numerous potential vehicles can help you arrive at your desired destination. The key, however, lies in finding the right ones that are uniquely suited to you. Remember my story of my two amigos coming back with the answer to what I call my vehicle that I could use? That would include all three options that I had been going over in my mind and that I was thinking of. And now today, I'm almost ready to become a business coach to beginner entrepreneurs because of their answers coming back. That's a vehicle. It goes on to say that successful people are stubborn with what they want, but they understand that arriving at the destination, their end destination, will involve detours and unexpected side roads to explore. What gets you to point A won't necessarily get you to point B. Things change. It's like starting and thinking you're going to get all 20 lights turning red to turn to green, and they all stay green for the whole trip. That's what happened. First time out the gate, a red light comes up to slow you down. That's life. As you keep growing and progressing, you'll need to continually evolve and be open to new ideas. If you don't or aren't, then you could miss opportunities that would help you with your timeline. Okay, there you go. Time to close this off. Just know that today was a great day of living the dream. I'll be back here tomorrow night, sitting right here at my computer, bam, sharing my journey to alignment. Until then, I wish you continued success. Good night.